Hi beautiful Starseeds and Twin Flame Starseeds. Today I wanted to make a video covering an extremely important topic and matter at hand that the entire world's population is currently undergoing. While traveling through the highly intense, incredibly enlightening, and also really long Solstice Gateway portal that initiated back in June 21st, I received some of the most high-level downloads that I've ever received on my Ascension journey due to the fact that we are now at the huge culmination point of fully exiting the Matrix Beast system and entering the brand new world soon opening for us known as the 5D New Earth Age of Aquarius Paradise. For those of you who have been at the forefront of this mission to save all of humanity, including ourselves, I'm sure you understand that this always occurs whenever stakes are suddenly high, which means uncomfortable pressure must be placed upon us in order to be prepared and get to the next stage of our journey in ultimate destiny. Some of these intense downloads that have been immensely broadening my awareness and expanding my consciousness actually came through once more just early this morning upon waking up. These downloads, although many in the spiritual community to this day don't like to hear it, had to do with God, our terrible descent from God, as well as just how badly it is direly affecting the well-being, ascension, and life altogether of all of humanity and Mother Earth herself. I've mentioned in past videos about how Babylon in ancient Egypt is actually here, hidden in plain sight, disguised in modern day, for it's an illusion that the beast and his worshippers are putting on for a sick show for all to take part in against their will. This is to make us all enslaved under all kinds of spells and illusions, instilling all kinds of false belief systems about ourselves into our minds, in order to block our perception and turn us into a usable, controllable drone. They do this by placing their intentions on a Babylonian serpent goddess, charging themselves up with her, and casting all kinds of sick spells upon humanity, to turn them into walking, talking serpents as well, also known as the Jezebel spirit and the distorted masculine pharaoh gods. I say all of that in order to help you prepare for where this is going. I soon began to receive visuals of one of my old college mates and was shown that he had formed an unhealthy, distant bond with his own mother due to the serpent energies getting in between their sacred mother and son connection, even though this precious connection is never to be broken or tampered with. When tuning in even further, it was revealed to me that the serpent was purposely placing distance between he and his mother, because he was using guilt from petty mistakes he made in his teenage years mainly, to distort the severity of the circumstance, to try to convince him that he was a criminal, which made it so he felt he could no longer connect with her, or even look her in the eyes in the same way he used to once before, due to their once pure connection now being tainted. Now, does that make any sense? He is around 27 years old now, and not only has their connection not healed, but it's actually gotten worse. When receiving this information, and even as I say it now, the energy behind this was incredibly sick, intense, sad, and even slimy-like because of the serpent's involvement, which I'm going to intend that you can feel now for yourselves, so that you will see just how severe this situation is and have your eyes open that much further, as the youth and collective in general can truly use our support as divine mothers and fathers upon our wake-up of this very important matter. By the time I got done assessing the situation with Spirit, I decided to name the karmic matter at hand Perverted Tension, which Spirit confirmed this is exactly what it was, although you don't have to refer to it as that yourself. And this kind of illusory, disgusting, satanic agenda, because that's also what it is, has been affecting and almost completely taking over the lives of way too many people at the moment, with God's children as the main targets. This is when the devil manipulates and distorts sinful behavior into something much worse than it actually is for the poor victim, infesting it with the energies of incest so that it can convince the individual that they're disgusting, subtly boomerang it back to the person's connections, any one of them really, pollute them, and sever them altogether so that the victim can be lost, alone, fragmented, and even forget who they are on catastrophic levels in severe cases, due to their connection to their loving source, which is also them as well, being damaged seemingly irreparably. Believe it or not, in this day and age, this can occur without any party involved even being fully aware, as this is an attack on our subtle bodies, so that we won't be sensitive or intuitive enough to pick up on them. So do you see how this is also majorly a sort of extremely immature game of heightened awareness and see who's psychic, in order to survive the game that the devil and his minions set up specifically with those ascending or whom are due to ascend at some point in the future? If you are someone who has been affected by this same sick agenda and was wondering what it was, lost purity within personal connections, or even felt disgusting for no reason as a result, I'm going to ask now for this to be cleared out immediately in its entirety for key members in our Starseed collective who can receive this at this time for the ultimate freedom, and for any entity disguised as a human being to be also judged immediately if they helped inflict this upon you with their toxic succubus-incubus frequencies. This ascension process we have all been in is literally a game, which is why it is also referred to as the game of life, and why you will also realize this yourself the more and more your consciousness pulls out of and unplugs from the matrix grid, which I'm actually surprisingly being given the go-ahead to command this to be done right now for anyone who has done what they've needed to do to officially unplug from, part ways with the beast system, and tell it to kiss their behinds for all eternity once and for all, for we now have the full divine authority and charge of power to do so by our own free will. To continue, God then began to reveal to me even further how the serpent and the beast system is affecting all of humanity in the form of media delivered straight to us by the hidden hands controlling the entire, and yes, you heard it correctly, the entire entertainment industry as a whole, right from the very start of it, truly. They conveyed this to me in the typical synchronistic way that we Ascensioners usually receive info from time to time, and they did this with an episode of the TV show Rick and Morty, which is all about the serpent and a somehow royal serpent family known as the Sanchez's raunchy, grotesque family adventures. As soon as the episode aired, it began with the Sanchez family eating breakfast at the dining table like it does quite often, when the main antagonist, you might as well refer to him as, Rick Sanchez, mentions how he and Morty are going to go on an awesome trip to kill God. Yes, you heard it correctly, to actually attempt to kill God himself, who's done nothing but love and provide for them unconditionally during their stay here on Mother Earth. The reason why these supposed cartoon characters are being given life and compared to real-world human beings is because the episodes are voiced by human beings and meant to reflect and mirror the real world as much as possible, very much on purpose, in order to slowly and gradually make viewers accept the serpent into their brains, homes, and lives in general. The more and more this successfully occurs, which it has been for several years now, the more and more the viewer will begin to accept that this is the natural, harmonious way that the world is supposed to be flowing, leading the now severely brainwashed viewer down a path far away from their soul, all things natural, and ultimately God, which is their main target, so that we'll be their permanent slaves for all eternity until someone says stop, for they will surely keep going until we finally do. God began to reveal to me that this is Babylon's evil plan and so far very successful design of making the entire world fall from grace slowly while everyone's asleep and unaware the more we say yes to the devil and no to God. To enlighten you even further of the sheer direness of the situation we're all in together, it was revealed to me that we are actually not even remotely close to the galaxy, entailing all of the wondrous and even mystical planets and star constellations that we once were, which is why the stars and planets seem so far away from our perception, our souls, and from Mother Earth in general. So what this means is that the Earth has actually, in fact, been slowly descending for centuries now, I'm being told, so that no one will notice, Spirit saying plainly and honestly, as it's happening. This infuriated me as it would any starseed or normal human being with an actual soul, to the umpth degree when this was exposed to me, and I immediately began becoming fully activated to begin phase 2 of my personal Twin Flame Heroes Journey mission to save humanity as a result, because of the secret crisis that the entire world is in at the moment. It was downloaded into my awareness that in order for us to overthrow the powers that be in secret as Undercover Sisterhood of the Rose, which is actually code for very pissed off, enlightened angel demons of justice, we must fully bridge and reconnect our consciousness to God ourselves, for we actually have the power and divine authority and birthrights to be the temporary godheads of the entire world to set everyone free once evil of this caliber is exposed to us. This disconnection with God is so bad, so unnatural, so wicked, so blasphemous, and so outdated that he is actually requesting immediate divine intervention to take place to set ourselves completely free from these chains for good. It was soon revealed to me that the way we've even been communicating with him over a whole millennia now, Spirit stressing, has been all wrong, purposely distorted by the enemy so we won't believe in him as we should, and pretty much completely severed altogether due to the fact that we've been unknowingly consenting to this satanic arrangement for so long. The longer we've been unknowingly consenting to this, the more the beast has actually had time to insup the same types of perverted, incestuous serpent energies into our personal, sacred, infinite connection with God, and they did this by implementing subliminal satanic messages and serpent frequencies in every single bit of popular content in the media that we watch in order to distort us, and it's gotten so desperate that it's even expanded to the local TV stations now, thanks to people like Freemasons, which is most definitely a whole, extremely important sector in their eyes of the Illuminati. In order for you to feel just how much they damage our connection with God and get extremely angry about it, who is literally the pure embodiment of an innocent, precious child at his core, just like us, I'm going to intend that you can feel this for yourselves right now. Absolutely disgusting, desperate, and downright pitiful, right? Now I'm going to intend that you feel the crisp, pure, potent connection with him that we're supposed to have. Absolutely breathtaking, limitless, fulfilling, inspiring, moving, refreshing, thoughtful, and unconditionally loving, right? just as he's always been. Our constant descent to hell, basically, is actually making it so that all of humanity loses their faith and belief in him, and even vice versa, the longer no one notices what's actually going on, giving me the saddest sensations of him dying, us along with him as a result. That's the God on the situation that all of humanity has secretly been in for some time now. However, all is not lost, just as I mentioned a bit earlier, as this can now all be reversed and completely erased from Mother Earth's history altogether with our charged up Starseed Collective's intentions. So I'm going to intend now that you, the viewer, as well as every single Starseed who can in our tribe at the moment, to be officially reconnected to him permanently, as he misses us so much. I'm certain that your soul does too, and even more than it misses your own twin flame if you have one. Congratulations, you can now officially help Mother Earth rapidly flip directions and descend back up to get close to the stars once again. It is infinity and beyond time, Starseeds, thanks to your help. Just like it was promised to us in childhood, no matter what age you are, as huge miraculous age reversals, makeovers, and bodily corrections like you wouldn't believe will also be taking place for us in order to give us back our full inheritances and birthrights, return us back to God's image of us, make our cup runneth over with abundance as promised, and make us feel at home in our bodies like we're meant to. The sky is not the limit for what we are going to achieve together, finally as one this time, rather than just saying that we're one over and over like we used to in the past. Now it will be undeniable, out of this world, and impossible not to tell that we are together in complete harmony, with no unnecessary separation coming in between us or our soul family, like it did for centuries this time around. Thanks so much for tuning in. Check the description for info on my services and offers. Like and subscribe if you like future content from me, and stay blessed, tribe. Bye.